This YouTube niche gets a $100 RPM, and I guarantee you this is not clickbait. I'm about to show you. Actually, I'm going to show you right now. This YouTube video is about Wix. Now, Wix has a super high RPM. You can see $370 generated in estimated revenue. I got 3,200 views only. So only a couple thousand views resulted in a couple $100. So this video has actually 116. My bad, I lied. I have $116 RPM, not actually $100 RPM. If I go to settings, you can see that this is actually US dollars. If I change this to what's the highest pesos amount, let's change this to Jamaican dollars, okay? Now I make $57,000. So then the RPM turns into 18 grand. Obviously, we're not making Jamaican dollars. If I change this then to pounds, which is the highest currency, I think it's like the most weighted currency. Let's just change this to euros actually. Then you can see still 107 euro. So that means this is still increased, like super high RPM, 344 euros now instead of actually dollars. And then when I switch this back to US dollars down here, then you can see literally the same deal here, $370 generated with ad revenue alone, $116 RPM. On top of that, what you will notice is that this video is continuously going to generate me a lot of dollars every single day, week by week, month by month, even year by year. In the first 30 days, it generated me only $3, which is absolutely terrible. But then it started to get picked up by obviously YouTube's ranking system, and I've been able to consistently generate money every single day. And this isn't even actually the most impressive part. The impressive part is having more videos. I'm talking hundreds of videos like this one that's generating me a passive income. Obviously, some are not to the degree of this video, but I still have hundreds, if not thousands, of videos on this channel that's printing. Like you see, this other Wix video has a $74 RPM. So again, very, very close to that $100 RPM. If it changes to the last 7 days, or the last 28 days, has a $48 RPM. If it changes to the last 90 days, has a $52 RPM. If it changes to the last 365 days, it has an $80 RPM. And again, as you can see, $34 generated, lifetime earnings, or last 365 days with 431 views. And although it's not fancy, we're not getting thousands of views every day. It's very consistent, to say the very least. If I actually change this to lifetime, so since published, again, you can see that the graph and overall growth of all these kind of contents is very, very long term. This is slowly starting to not get as much views as the recent days go on. But the lifetime shelf and the library of it is well over a year, which is very, very good. It doesn't die out immediately. It's very consistent, predictable, and stable. And so this video is going to continuously still generate me. Same deal here. The reason why Wix has such a high RPM, and for you to be able to kind of reciprocate this very, very high RPM, is to reverse engineer what makes a high RPM. Why do these videos have a $74 RPM, $116 RPM? It's because the advertiser can actually make back the money that they have spent on my video. The only reason why the advertiser is willingly and able to spend $116 for every 1,000 views on this video is because when they spend $116 on my 1,000 views, they made back more money. And so other advertisers would also try to, bid their advertising budget against this other advertiser on this piece of content, because obviously I only have a limited amount of views. But they know that as a fact that my viewership have a lot of money, they're able to buy the advertiser's budget because my viewership is very high quality. Wix is basically like a software created to make websites, usually for business owners who want to make a lot of money. And you're not going to get random people to watch this Wix video, create a lead magnet. That's really, really business oriented and hyper specific to a select group of people. And that select group of people are business owners. And business owners generally have a lot of money to spend. And thus the likelihood of now the viewership from this video buying the ad that the advertiser places is going to be significantly higher than if it was another video about playing a video game. Because then that's broad. You're not going to get hyper-specific, high-spending power audience who plays video games, probably little kids. You're not going to make, as much dollars per revenue. So I hope that kind of makes sense. And then obviously, if you reverse engineer this, you can also find other niches that has a super high RPM, $50 RPM, $100 RPM, by seeing, okay, what other applications can I make content about that is very similar to Wix? Now you can actually open to a much broader spectrum. Wix is basically like a software that creates websites. And so instead of website building softwares, will give you a pretty good RPM. So Shopify, that's another good one. Or WordPress, WooCommerce. There's endless possibilities of different niches. You can literally go to ChatGPT right now. You go to ChatGPT, give me 5 applications similar to Wix. And then you can literally create content about Squarespace, Weebly, Shopify, WordPress, Webflow, like I just mentioned earlier. And all of these videos will reciprocate a super, super high RPM because it is specifically targeted towards people who are trying to sell something, people who start a business. They have money to spend on whatever the ad shows to them. And so that's why I'm able to get paid so much dollars per view, because I make the advertiser more money. As long as you make the advertiser money, you're going to make a lot of money. And also, you want to kind of leverage and prioritize endless views, because not a lot of the videos that have a high RPM is going to be fancy getting a million views. So then you can counter this by creating evergreen content, which means that it will get views, a little views, but views for the next months and even years. And when you leverage evergreen endless views towards your channel, it's going to eventually rack up a couple thousand views. And that's all you really need to make, enough money. And if you have thousands of videos like this, where it's, getting a couple thousand views, that's enough to pay you 100, if you have 1,000 videos paying $370, that's $370,000 per year, which is very, very realistic and doable. This channel printed me, I think, 24 grand, something like that, in the last 90 days, which is decent off of just ad revenue. And then across sponsorships, across promoting other external monetization strategies, brand deals, stuff like that, you can actually get paid a lot more dollars as well. And if we scroll down here, actually, you can see that the CPM is $275, which is how much the advertiser actually paid. This is just how much I get to take home, because YouTube also takes a cut. YouTube takes about 45% of the CPM, and then we take about 55%. So in case you're wondering, that's why. And then, so now for you to actually properly take advantage of endless views and for you to get a really long lifespan of this kind of content, you have to make and orientate the topic in a way so that it's like evergreen, not based on a trend. If you do like a crazy trending viral video about Wix, like making the world's best Wix landing page in 2 minutes, that's something that's like based on a trend. It'd probably go viral. It sounds cool, but it probably won't stay and get a lot of views 2 years later. So for you to actually do that, create content that stays in demand 2 years later. So usually it won't be anything fancy. It will be more educational oriented. And so if you create a piece of content like this one, for example, is create a lead magnet on Wix. That's very specific, but 5 years later, even people will still want to learn how to make a lead magnet on Wix. So it's not driven towards entertainment and trying to convince people to watch your content, but it's driven towards education, where people need to watch your content, or else they won't know how to do whatever they're trying to do. How to delete your Wix website, how to delete your Wix subscription. That will stay in demand for the next 5 years, probably even 10 years. As long as Wix exists, you're going to get views from your video. And not only views, you're going to have a super high RPM, I'm talking $50 to $100 RPM. And you genuinely don't need that many views. And so as long as you have an evergreen, endless approach towards your content, mixed with a lot of the high RPM, mixed and combine all of that with a lot of volume and leveraging your overall channel's ability to earn by posting a ton of these videos every single day. I'm talking 5 to 10 pieces of content like this every single day. Not just Wix videos, but going back to here, Squarespace, Weebly, Shopify, WordPress, Webflow, educational kind of content towards this space is going to give you a money printing machine. Like I said right here, you build a backlog to print money endlessly. So if you're posting one video a week about Wix, you're not going to make a lot of dollars. But if you post 5 videos every single day related to Wix, related to making money with all of these websites, you're going to actually build a huge backlog content of videos. And so this is just one of my many channels. I actually have 3 currently active faceless evergreen channels that are able to print me a guaranteed, basically, couple $100 every single day. Easy, no problem. We're not going to make, thousands upon thousands or tens of thousands of dollars per day. but it's consistent and almost guaranteed that I'll make at least $300 to $400 any given day because of the consistent traffic and high RPM we're able to consistently get across all these videos. And so this is a niche that I run. You can literally find my channel if you search it up and do a big enough research, I guess. And if you're looking for and interested in mentorship, I don't have a single course to sell you, but I do run one-on-one private mentoring where I help you scale to at least $5,000 per month. And if you don't earn within the next 60 days, I'll give you all your money back and you don't have to pay. So if you're interested in that, I'll have a link somewhere down below for you to apply to that. And other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video.